The absolute cold is what you notice first. Not a draft from a poorly sealed window, but a deep, penetrating cold that seems to radiate from a single point, leaching the warmth from your bones. I was standing in the doorway of my daughter's bedroom, my hand frozen on the light switch, my heart a frantic drum against my ribs. In the far corner of the room, where the moonlight couldn't reach, was a patch of darkness that was wrong. It was darker than a shadow, a tear in the fabric of the space, and it was shaped like a man. A tall, impossibly thin man. Welcome back, Fear fans, to Scary Toast, where we serve up tales that linger long after the story ends. Tonight, we delve into the corners of our vision, into the spaces we try to ignore, to uncover a presence that should not be there. Turn down the lights and listen close. My name is Mark, and about a year ago I was a man who didn't believe in anything he couldn't touch. After a messy divorce, I'd finally saved up enough to get a small house for me and my 7-year-old daughter Lily in a quiet Ohio suburb. It was a classic American starter home. 2 stories, a small yard, a big oak tree out front. It was supposed to be our fresh start. The first few weeks were perfect. We painted Lily's room a cheerful yellow and spent our weekends at the local park. But the house had its quirks. Lights would flicker. We'd hear faint, settling noises at night. I chalked it all up to an old electrical system and a foundation getting comfortable with its age. Then Lily started talking about her new friend, the corner man, she called him. She said he was very tall and shy, and only came out when the lights were off. I smiled and played along. An imaginary friend wasn't unusual for a child after a major life change. It was a coping mechanism, my therapist ex-wife would have said. I bought her a new nightlight, a little glowing star projector, and told her the corner man would probably be scared of all the light. She just shook her head. "He likes the shadows the stars make," she whispered. A chill I couldn't explain traced its way down my spine. Soon, I started noticing things myself. It began with flickers of movement in my peripheral vision, a tall, slender darkness zipping past a doorway or stretching in a corner, gone the moment I turned my head. I blamed fatigue, the stress of being a single parent finally getting to me. I started smelling things too. A faint scent like ozone, the smell of the air right before a lightning strike, would hang in the hallways at night. Then came the cold spots. Patches of air so frigid they'd raise the hairs on your arms in the middle of July. They were always in the corners of rooms. I started to feel watched. The comfortable silence of our home became heavy, oppressive. It felt like holding your breath, waiting for something to happen. I found myself checking the locks 3-4 times a night. I'd stand in the hallway, straining my ears for any sound from Lily's room. Her giggles during the day were a relief, but her quiet whispers at night, directed at the empty corner of her room, filled me with a dread that felt like a physical weight in my stomach. The breaking point came on a Tuesday. I was working late from home trying to finish a report. The house was dead quiet. Too quiet. I realized I couldn't hear the hum of the refrigerator or the buzz of the streetlights outside. It was a profound, suffocating silence, a vacuum where sound should be. My blood ran cold. I crept upstairs, my heart pounding a sick rhythm. I pushed Lily's door open. The star projector was on, casting faint constellations on the ceiling. But they did nothing to push back the darkness huddled in the corner. This time, I saw it clearly. It wasn't a trick of the light. It was a silhouette, impossibly tall and gaunt, its limbs stretched at angles that were deeply unnatural. It unfolded itself from the corner, not like a person standing up, but like a piece of paper being uncrumpled. It took a step into the center of the room, its form absorbing the starlight, creating a void in the space it occupied. It slowly turned its head towards me. It had no face, no features, just a smooth, dark oval. But I felt its attention. I felt a piercing, ancient malice that rooted me to the spot. It was standing over my daughter's bed. I don't remember screaming. I just remember the blinding flash as my hand finally found the light switch and slammed it on. The room was flooded with light. And it was empty. The figure was gone. Lily was sitting up in bed, her eyes wide. I rushed to her, my hands shaking as I checked her for what? I didn't know. She felt as cold as ice. She looked past me, at the empty corner, and then back at me. Her whisper cut through my panic like a shard of glass. "Daddy," she said, her voice trembling. "You scared him. He said you weren't supposed to see." We were out of that house by the end of the week. We left most of our things behind. But some things you can't leave. Sometimes, when I'm about to fall asleep, I feel that familiar, unnatural cold creep into my room. And in the darkest corner, I can almost see a tall, thin figure, just waiting. If you felt that chill run down your spine, prove you're not afraid of the dark by hitting that like button. Share this with someone who needs a reminder to check the corners of their room. And subscribe to Scary Toast for more tales that prey on your deepest fears.